Welcome back, guys. Thanks for taking time to spend a little time with me. I always appreciate that. And as you can see in the background, I have the reveal trailer for Madden 25. You're going to see a very janky way of me capturing this footage. I captured it from the YouTube video through OBS, but of course I forgot to edit the front of the video and the back of the video, so you're going to see a little overlap. You'll even see my cursor moving. It is what it is, whatever, no big deal, right? But what I wanted to talk about today, man, I want to dive right into what I put in the title. I want to talk about what I feel like is the biggest disappointment about Madden 25 before it releases, and this is me also being positive about what I experienced with Madden 25 in the beta. Listen, I've gotten to the point where I just allow people to play games for themselves, and you have your opinion. What I will say is that from what I played in the beta, I did enjoy what is being brought to the table for Madden 25 in terms of just the gameplay, the boom tech technology, the player interaction. Things seem to be pretty good, man. I will say that. I think some of the things that are going to catch people by surprise will be just the interaction of players and the animations and things that trigger and how those are driven by physics and etc. I think people are going to be pretty surprised with the type of gameplay that you will see come out of Madden. Now, what I can't speak on, because I don't know the things that are broken per se. I don't lab like that. Y'all know me. My style is I just fire up the game. I try to play a simulation style. I uncover things as I get to it. But if you want to ask others as far as what's broken, what zone is broken, and yada, 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 these are the type of things you're going to have to ask people who do that. Because I go to them as well for guys who actually lab. But I definitely saw some positive things in this beta. I'm going to leave it at that. And we all will talk about it as it gets here. I just want to get directly, man, to my biggest disappointment about Madden 25. It is the fact that it does not have wear and tear. And see, this is the stuff that I'm talking about. Again, this is outside of me actually being pleasantly surprised and pleasantly pleased by the gameplay that I experienced with Madden 25. We'll see going forward. But this is even with me being optimistic about the game itself. I'm still going to talk about the biggest disappointment. Wear and tear not being in Madden 25 is, I can't even begin to explain how disappointing that is. Now I understand it. I understand it's a business thing, and I'm sure they wanted to allow college football to have their main features and things like that, and that's all fine and dandy. That's all fine and well, because I've heard numerous people say that, in some of these articles, people who I'm sure have talked to people inside of EA and gotten this information. That's all fine and dandy, but a thing like wear and tear is football. Like, I'm never gonna be okay with a feature that is the actual sport, that represents the actual sport that you're putting out, being put in one game but not the other. This should just be a feature in your football game, period. Because you guys know this is something I've been talking about since, eons ago. I've been talking about wear and tear. A lot of you guys who've been rocking with me over the years know that. The feature showed up in Head Coach 09. We have not seen it in a Madden. Games like NBA 2K has it right now. Body wear and tear and things of that nature. A football game in the same studio in College Football 25 has it. So I'm never going to be okay when those type of things that are actual things that represent the sport are not in both products when both products are of the same sport. In this case, football. I can understand they want college football to stand on its own and be its own product, as well as Madden being its own product. Fully understand that from a business standpoint. But again, from a business standpoint, I do not like the two teams competing, quote unquote, competing with each other when it compromises real football principles. I don't like that. I don't like that. I just don't. That has to be in Madden. If wear and tear is important in college, it is doubly important. Is doubly even a word? But you guys know what I'm saying. It is beyond important in the NFL, especially in franchise mode when you're playing a longer season, longer weeks, including playoffs for teams that make the playoffs. So if you're advertising that wear and tear and having to manage your roster and all of that and how much effect it's going to have on gameplay in the college game, there's no way it's more significant than it would be in the NFL at the highest level. And that's where I feel like it is a huge disappointment. Again, this is coming from somebody who actually is optimistic about Madden 25 because of what I experienced in the beta. From what I experienced in the beta, just talking about gameplay, can't say I was disappointed. Now, let's keep this in mind. It's a beta. Didn't have a whole lot of time on it. We're going to have a round 2 of the beta coming up soon. We'll see. Because there's still things that remains to be seen. What is franchise mode like? Again, because the advertisement in college is that Dynasty is so deep. What's going on in franchise mode? What's going on with presentation? Even though I understand that they're advertising all of these presentation elements in franchise in terms of, new commentary teams and the draft night and all of that. But what about just regular presentation? So I'm waiting to see these deep dives for Madden. I'm waiting to see the deep dives about gameplay, but also franchise and presentation. Because they're advertising presentation. But again, many people would know this, playing the beta, didn't see a whole lot of different presentation. And I can understand that all of that is probably not put into the beta. I get it. But I want to hear more about these things. Because franchise mode has to be something that has meat. And the features that are there has to have some meat on them. We now know my man Josh Newman is back in the building. Josh Newman was the creator of Head Coach 09. Now I can understand, I don't know how far they were able to go with franchise, as far as, brand new features and such. But from what we're hearing, if you're looking at some of the articles out there, Josh Newman basically has felt like the franchise mode did not feel alive. It felt dead. He wants to change that. And we'll see what he's able to do or was able to do in this first year. But it needs to be something. Cannot be lackluster. It needs to at least be something to keep people's attention, because I'm telling you right now, college football is looking like that deal. We're going to find out sooner than later with that, because that's going to drop a month before Madden. But all I'm saying, man, is listen, there's going to have to be something that's keeping me glued to franchise mode, keeping me glued to Madden the same way it seems like college football will do. I just said this earlier on Twitter. I am probably the king of starting a Madden franchise, getting people all excited, and I never continue with it because it just doesn't keep me glued to it. Didn't have enough depth. College football seems like it's going to have enough. Don't mess around and have me over there running my franchise and, my YouTube series over there and not giving as much time to Madden. I will do that. So again, things like wear and tear, you can build a whole series around that. Think about it from a content creator standpoint. You can build so much, you could tell so much of a story even with that type of feature in your season. And it's not in Madden. So I just wanted to talk about that. Again, I'm going to reserve my judgment. I'm always fair. I'm going to keep my judgment and reserve my judgment until everything is out on the table, and that being the deep dives, and we really see exactly what they're bringing to the table from the gameplay, a franchise, presentation, commentary. We're going to see what all that is about before I, give my full opinion on what the game is or isn't. I'm always going to wait for that. And then, of course, hands-on experience. But I just wanted to come here and talk about, man, wear and tear not being in the game. And it's in another game that's made in the same building, that is of the same sport. That's not good, bro. It's not good. And also, there's a more emphasis in college football on confidence and composure and how that can play a factor throughout the season. Boy, let me tell you, Madden better have something. Somewhat of a dynamic, the whole dynamic player, what do you call it? Player performance, like they had way back in the day. What was that, Madden 13 or one of them? The dynamic player performance, but they're having stuff like that in the college game. This is what I'm saying. This is what I'm saying. I have been saying this since before both of these games were revealed. Yo, you better not let this game be this much higher on the totem pole than this one. In 2024, I don't think that's gonna matter to us gamers. It ain't gonna matter the pecking order as far as who's highest on the totem pole. We've been clamoring and we've been wanting a football game that we can dive deep into. We prefer for it to be with more than just one company. We've been waiting for this. So I'm telling you right now, if college football turns out to be the superior game in year 2024, that's what we plan. We might pick up Madden and rock with it here and there. But, because again, like I said, so far from what I've experienced in the beta, Madden got a chance to be really good. Just my opinion. Again, others may have a different opinion. But as of today, college football is looking like the more intriguing. Especially for us franchise guys, like seasoned guys. Having a feature like wear and tear. This is what a lot of us heads have been asking for. Depth, meaningful things that affects and impacts your season. And it's over there in college football 25. So all I'm saying is franchise mode better be doing something. There's rumors that there's a bunch of different scenarios that are going to affect the game. Okay. Because you're going to have to do enough to compensate for a huge miss, a huge feature that is not present in Madden 25. So we shall see. But my guys and gals who may be watching this, my bad. I did not mean for this video to be as long as it is. Looks like we're at about 14 minutes. Let me go ahead and wrap this one up, man. I just wanted to come here and say, listen, even in the midst of me feeling like I like what I experienced in the beta, I'm still going to talk about the biggest disappointment and the biggest miss by the Tiburon studio. I don't understand whose decision it was. You know, I'm assuming it's above the dev's head, but I just do not understand that decision. Again, I understand you're wanting to separate these games and allow the college to have its own features, but come on, bruh. That feature right there is too big to not be represented in both sports. Both games, because they are the same sport. But that's all I got, man. I'm going to go ahead and get out of here, man. Those are my thoughts. Share your thoughts in the comments. Hey, don't forget, man, if you're here and you like the video, show some love, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, turn on your notifications. I'll catch you in the next one.